So we are standing at the base of the stairs of the old Holt Hotel, which has been renamed the Ritz building. My partners and I purchased the building in 2015 and did a labor-intensive 2-year restoration of the building, renovation of the building into residence and into commercial space. We added 2 residents per floor, and on the floor previously there were 13 hotel rooms with 1 bathroom. So it remained for the last almost 20 years, 30 years, a bike shop. It's the old Alfred E. bike shop. Many of us bought our first bikes there in Kalamazoo. And when he decided to retire and close shop, I was in the right place at the right time with my business partners, who happens to be old high school buddies of mine, and we bought the building from him and had this vision of bringing it back to its glory.
Welcome to the Kalamazoo County Health and Human Services building. Formerly, this was the Illinois Envelope Company building in the midst of the very large Bryant Paper Mill complex. The building has been rehabilitated by PlazaCorp into the building that's used by Health and Human Services as part of the Kalamazoo City Human Services Complex that's here, the Community Services Complex. This is the only old building left. All the rest of the buildings have been demolished. This is located in the Edison neighborhood. The building is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. The primary structure, the original building, is a large, tall, rectangular 3-story building with heavy wooden framing on the inside. It was built between 1904 and 1905 by Albert White, a prolific African-American building contractor who lived and worked in Kalamazoo from 1870s to 1930. The building has been converted into a clinic and office facility to house Kalamazoo County's Health and Human Services Department. A 1990 addition has been removed, and the exterior of the original building has been restored with new windows installed in the existing openings. PlazaCorp is the building manager for this and leases the building to the Kalamazoo County Department of Health and Human Services. It's a very handsome repurposing of an old factory building with a very open floor plan, very inviting and very comfortable, filled with light from almost every angle. PlazaCorp receives the Historic Preservation Commission Award of Merit for 2020 for their project on this building.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Etheridge.
And I'm Tony Etheridge, her husband. We were doing this same business in our house. And the color of the hair salon kind of shows that. That was the color of the room at our house. We brought the shop, and we had this gym in our garage at our house too. So when we found this building, we were outgrowing our home, and we came over here. We sat outside for like an hour and a half, and we sat on that stump out there in the front, that landing. And my wife, our granddaughter, and our daughter, we all sat together for an hour and a half, and we just watched people drive by and wave at us, people that didn't know us, and we felt the energy of this building and this environment over here. It was so nice. We said, yeah, we gotta be right here. This is a nice place. So then we started in October of 2017, and we started demolition, and we cleaned the whole place out, and we started all over. And our main goal has been to maintain the integrity of this building. The building was put together probably about 70 years ago. One lady came in one day and she said that her uncle and grandfather put this building together. They used to call this old Little Hungaria. And so it's just a great feeling being over here. The whole community welcomed us when we took the boarding up off of the windows. People were pulling up, parking, looking in, waving, saying, hey, you know, welcome to the community. We're glad you're here. And they were glad that we were breathing life back into this area, into the community. we've found welcome on top of welcome. Poor Richard shared his parking lot with us. This guy next door has come over and shoveled our snow. Those people over there have tried to come help us put the tiles on top of the roof. We did everything in here though, from the tiles in the bathroom to putting a new ceiling to putting new floors to building the walls to just knew everything. And we've received help on top of help. So if we say we're so wonderful, that wouldn't be the truth about the matter. It's more like we, the community, Kalamazoo, so many people have stuck their hands in here. The city has given us help with this building to where we, the community, have done a good job with this building. Not me and Rhonda, we're a part of it, but it has a lot to do with this city. This is the work of many hands, not just me and her. We're all right, but we ain't that awesome. The city really is. It is.
Yes.
So, yeah, we're excited to be here, and Rhonda pumps life into this place too. So.
Hi, I'm Sid Ellis, Executive Director of the Douglas Community Association, and we'd like to thank you for this award. The Douglas Community Association started in 1919, and its purpose was for a safe haven for black soldiers who were stationed at Fort Custer, then Camp Custer in 1919. So during that time, the black soldiers did not have a specific place to go, and so they would come from Battle Creek to Kalamazoo and sort of roam the streets. Citizens within the community would open up their homes, their churches, their barbershops, but there were so many they didn't have a specific place to go to. And during that time, it really wasn't a good idea for black soldiers to roam the streets of Kalamazoo. So some citizens got together and decided, let's find a facility for them to have a place where they could hang out and be with each other and the community. Thus started the Douglas Community Association. Within that 100 years, we have basically transformed into whatever the community needed, organically trying to fulfill the needs of the community. After the soldiers, then more of the community members began to take advantage of the Douglas Community Association. And since that time, we've did so many things for the community, whether it was before and after school programs, camp programs, employment programs, sports programs. We've been here supporting the community in a variety of different ways. Today, we house over 10 organizations who assist in community things as well. The Kalamazoo Public Library, the Alma Powell branch, the branch of the Boys and Girls Club, Michigan Works, Promise Library, NAACP, the Helen Fox Music Center. And so there's a variety of organizations that come to or that are here at the Douglas to support the community. We consider ourselves a hub for the community. Again, thank you very much for this award. It's very much appreciated.
Hello, my name is Suzanne Lepley. I am the Director of Admission here at Kalamazoo College. Thank you so much for including us in this recognition. I'm here in front of the Henry VanderHorst House on our campus at 106 Thompson Street. We are so honored that you're recognizing this for our renovation, as we have turned this from a private home into a wonderful, bustling area of activity and welcome center for Kalamazoo College Office of Admission. We have been in the building for 2 years now. We are so fortunate to be able to have partnered with our campus facilities team to do most of the renovations in-house and on campus with our own personnel. We got to work with them day in, day out as they were tiling and carpeting and painting and listening to our needs as the Office of Admission team in welcoming people here, and also maintaining the historic preservation, which was so important to us because it's so beautiful. So when you come into the building, you'll see that we maintain the tiling, which was out of Detroit. Beautiful tile work. We have a concrete structure here in the building, and so preserving the integrity of the building while also making it a workable space for us with private offices, interview rooms, a reception area where we can feed people and offer people snacks was really quite challenging. But with the help of our team here at the college and the information we had on the history of the building, going from a private home to a bed and breakfast, to now a welcome center for the college, we were able to do that in a wonderful way. So we did preserve as much of it as we could. We try to talk about the history of the building whenever we're working with visitors. My favorite fun fact about this building and my work in it is when Kalamazoo residents, or typically alumni of the college, come back visiting the college with their students and tell us that this is where they spent their honeymoon evenings after weddings, and the students get quite embarrassed and quite flustered, and it's always a fun conversation for us. So many, many memories in this house of great moments for families, and we get to recreate that now as the students are looking at the college. So the space is very dear to us. I'm very, very grateful that we get to be in it, and I'm happy to share with you through our Director of Facilities the people who helped make that possible.
My name is Susan Lindeman. I'm the Director of Facilities Management here at Kalamazoo College, and I'd like to acknowledge some of our partners on this project. 7 Generations Architecture and Engineering did the design work for us. We also had support from Drzinga and Associates, BDN, Industrial Hygiene, Martin and Associates, Woodsmiths. We had support on the concrete from Early and Associates, and we also had help from Pella Windows, and I want to thank the neighbors to our west who were so helpful in the project.
So again, thank you so much for this recognition. We promise to do our part to preserve the great history of the city of Kalamazoo. It's dear to us, and we're just grateful to be acknowledged. And we welcome you. Anytime you want to come and take a peek, please feel free to stop by, and we'll look forward to showing you our house.
Hi, my name's Katie Potts. I work for Hammond Architecture and Engineering, and we had the privilege of working with the Upjohn Institute at 527 West South Street.
I'm Don Edgerly. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer for the Upjohn Institute, and this building is now one of our offices.
So we were really excited when the Upjohn Institute approached us about working on what used to be the hospital hospitality house. They had a vision to do an adaptive reuse for some office space for their accounting staff. And we really had a lot of fun putting a vision together of how we could breathe new life into a historic building. That was a lot of fun. As you can see from the outside here, there are some pretty prominent columns that we were able to put new bases on. They were pretty rotted out, and now they have new fiberglass bases that we were really intentional about matching the profile, the dimensions of what used to be there, but making sure that it could be sustainable over time. And then we also refreshed the exterior with some new paint. It's amazing how much paint can do. It used to be mostly white or off-white, and so now we have this figure ground that I think really displays the details on the structure nicely. And then we were very excited that Upjohn supported bringing back the arched windows on the second floor. They were previously boxed in so that the screens could be rectangular. We decided to restore that back to how they were intended to be, as arched on the top, and that definitely needed the support of the team because that was going to cost a little bit more money. But really, it's the way it was intended to be, and so there's these beautiful elements now that can really shine. We're thankful that we could work with our engineering team. We have some beautiful lighting. If you can ever drive by in the evening, it does display those columns and just various elements that were previously a little bit hidden. So we're standing on the north side of the building right now, which used to be the main entry. Now the main entry for the staff, for Upjohn staff, is on the south side because that's where their main parking lot is. And so the goal there was to create a small entry alcove with a meeting alcove on top of that. It's about 150 square feet the footprint is, which is very close to what used to be there. There used to be a porch on the south side, which we worked with the Historic District Commission to get their approval to move forward with removing that porch. There were some elements on there that were a false sense of history, and ultimately it was added after our period of significance, which is 1910. And so we were able to preserve a little bit of it. There, you'll see on the south side there's a little bit of the historic railing left over that we were able to incorporate. And then also, separate structure, the carriage house. The carriage house over time was modified with a larger overhead garage door, and when the siding came off for us to put the new lap siding on, we found the size and the shape of the previously existing carriage house doors, and we were able to restore that as well. So we're really pleased with how that turned out.
This is the State Hospital Gate Cottage. It is part of Kalamazoo's historic districts. It was built in 1882, and the original intention was that it would be a gate that could be opened by a tended gatekeeper whenever people needed to go in and out. But since the entire campus of the State Hospital was not fenced, it didn't quite work out as well as they had hoped in terms of security. And within about 5 years, it actually became a home for some of the patients who could live separately, and later on for staff. This building has been worked on in the last year and a half by the people from the Department of Health and Human Services of the state of Michigan and the state hospital people, and they have done a wonderful job doing repairs on the building that needed to be done. There is a new roof. It has been completely painted, scraped and painted, and they even put back the metal cresting that you see on the roof that was originally on the Gate Cottage from 1880 to probably sometime in the mid-1950s. So this has been a restoration of the exterior of the cottage so that it looks much better and now is more protected from the elements. The chimney was also repaired, which desperately needed it. The people that worked on this project included Schley Nelson Architects did the overall plans and planning for the project. Building Restoration repaired the chimney. H&H Painting did the paint job after some very serious consultation with the preservation coordinator. Tishner Roofing did the roof, and that wonderful cresting was provided by a local Kalamazoo business, Old World Distributors. So thank you very much for this award. It is well deserved, and this is a very important part of Kalamazoo's history that looks a lot brighter and prettier than it has in a long time. Hello, my name is Sharon Ferraro, and I have been the Historic Preservation Coordinator for the City of Kalamazoo since October 22nd, 2001. When I went away to Eastern Michigan University to get my Historic Preservation degree, this was exactly the job I wanted. And when I was offered it in 2001, I accepted instantly. In the last 20 years, I've been involved with many, many projects. Downtown Design Review, looking at new buildings that were going in downtown. The Hidden Kalamazoo Tour, which raised over $50,000 for the Historic Preservation Commission by giving tours of downtown Kalamazoo's historic buildings and unoccupied spaces. And many, many, many other projects, too many to be able to account in the 2 to 3 minutes that I have today. I'm very honored to receive this award from the Historic Preservation Commission, and I plan to continue to be involved with preservation in Kalamazoo for the rest of my life. Thank you very much.